Good morning. It's Saturday morning. It's almost legal time, but it's heavy overcast, so it's still pretty dark. I am not where I was going to be. A guy pulled up about 3 minutes before I was going to walk across the street. Kind of a diagonal 50-yard walk. And so he's got that spot. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a pretty good spot. It had at least two V-shaped, kind of a V-shaped two-ridge thing that was sizable and fairly flat. So I'm down the road a little bit and on something not so big, not so flat. Got to get to your place early on public land, especially on a weekend. I've heard 2 gobbles now, but it's way out there and I have no idea what direction. Very steep draws, lots of hills. I heard it a 3rd time and it caused me to turn around. I'm wondering if it's not on the other side of the road. I'm down below road level. Once I get up here, maybe I get a better read. Hey, it's Blaze. Good morning, Blaze. The problem with the other side of the road is pretty much just drops off. Hits a creek bottom and then goes straight back up. I might take a step over there and end up sliding all the way to the bottom. It's a long way to slide. Real long way. I think I got a better read on him. He actually sounds like he's out on the ridge where I was parked last night. We can jump in Blaze and get back over there. He's either on this ridge. There he is. He's down in the draw on the left of this ridge. He's not that far, so I need to start planting it in his head. He needs to come this way. Yeah, he's not that far. I hope he's not on the opposite side hill. They're right up here somewhere. They're real close. I'm not far from the car. I'm going to set up on this tree, and they're on the other side of the crest of this ridge. They're on the ground to my front and front left. And I'm busted. The one still wants to gobble a lot though. Eventually they just drift off the point of the ridge. Eventually they just drift off the point of the ridge. Well, it appears I am 3 for 3 for messing this up. Those guys were roosted somewhere over here, not very far away, well inside 200. So I figured I'd get on this side of the hill, come back this way. The ridge runs like this, so I got on this side of the crest, came in here, and I got a bunch of junk in front of me, but I can see through lots of little pieces, and there's a lot of it out there going about 25 yards. Just all this little stuff, little maple, looks like little maple leaves and stuff. So I figured if they came off the roost and came anywhere in this direction, which they were in that direction, that I could watch them a little while through the brush and really make them come look for me, and I can see them out of ways versus them popping up at 9 yards. Well, I started hearing feet, and I thought there were 2 on the roost, and then I could swear I heard 2 sets of feet, 2 things moving around in the leaves over here. So one was kind of out toward this big tree here, and the other one seemed to be off this way. And the next thing you know, they're out this way, and all I hear is one walking down the hill. And so after a little while, I'm like, okay, I can only hear the one. Maybe it was just one. So I take my left hand, do like this to call back over the hill to try to pull him back up. And there was that second one was somewhere right off at my, say, 1 o'clock. Started, and that's when that putting started. I guess that was putting instead of just some clucking. But that was about all she wrote at that point. They drifted off that way. I started having some competition. Sounded like a guy calling from over here. But that's it. I messed that up again. 3 for 3. Right off the roost. Parked 150 yards behind me. That's where I slept. They were right here. This ridge did look good. I just thought because there was a little road entrance at the front of it that it would be overhunted and stuff. So I didn't give it a second thought. But dang. Hindsight, I guess, what I would want to do is maybe just belly crawl over the crest of the hill here, just to the crest, and maybe get behind a big tree like that where I could see him come off the roost and then be able to shoot from the prone downhill. That's maybe what I should have done. These leaves are so loud though that I really didn't want to do much of anything. Dang. Try to find another one somewhere. Trying to fall off the ridge that they went down. There's a deer back here that just won't stop blowing. It just doesn't want to seem to leave. Well, I went down the ridge to drop off down into this creek because up on the top it's supposed to be a hardwood ridge. It's what it looks like with the eye. It's what it looks like on the map. But that's about a sheer cliff, and that's not much better for a while. I think we're about to get ourselves a workout. Well, that's what I came down, and that's pretty darn steep. And it's looking pretty darn steep over here too. Well, if you're careful, this is a pretty decent walk up through there. It'd be like the life step. Oh, I just heard a shot in the direction that I'm going. This ridge goes down and makes a T-shaped ridge. And it's kind of the vicinity that the turkeys fell off my ridge, and they'd be at the bottom there, which looks pretty flat on the map. And then right above that's this T-shaped ridge. But I did hear a shot in that direction, so one of these two guys might not be with us anymore. I never heard any gobbling, so I don't think they were on this T-shaped ridge, or the shot wasn't from this T ridge. Might have been from over by my car though. Possibly on the other side of the road where the guy went in where I wanted to go in this morning. Tell you what, this mud speaks of volumes here. We got bear tracks, turkey, deer, bear, and turkey all in the same frame. Goodness. Lions, tigers, and bears, oh my. Well, I'm on a different ridge, different spot. It's got an old road going down it. I walked about 50 or 75 yards into it, and I was looking like, this looks pretty good. Bigger hardwoods, a little more open. And bumped a turkey. That joker flew. Looked like it was going to land in a treetop, and decided, yeah, I'm going to keep on going. I think it was a hen. I never saw the beard. Bumped one right by the car. I'm sitting in the spot where I was this morning when I had that encounter with the two gobblers. And this morning when I eventually got up and started walking off this ridge, what I noticed was the clump of thick stuff in front of me is that they completely avoided it. I heard them come to my left and it's pretty open. This green stuff's real low. And then they came back over right out in front of here where it's lower. Got on this downslope and came around. So it was clear that they avoided this taller stuff. I was trying to use it to make them come look for me through it, where I could just kind of see them coming from a little ways and have some junk between us and them, a little bit of a screen, but it didn't work. So I'm sitting here tonight, see if I can get anything to gobble on the roost. I doubt they're going to come back onto this ridge. There's a lot of ridges around. If I don't hear anything to go after tonight, I'll go where I was yesterday. I gave that a full day's rest. I'll go back over there. I just don't know exactly how I want to start. Should I just go up into that area in the dark? Or should I sit by the car and wait for a gobble? Because originally I went up the hill on one side of the road, and then they were actually gobbling on the other, so I had to come all the way back down and then back up. Or maybe I should split the difference and go halfway up the hill and wait to listen. Who knows? But I brought my gun and camoed up. Said, well, if I'm going to roost a bird, if they're going to happen to come through here, maybe I can make a play. Crazier things have happened. But I don't think those boys are coming back to this ridge tonight.